Hi, I'm Stephen Sanderson. I'm the Group Product Manager for Vision Engineering. Vision Engineering are a UK-based manufacturer of microscopes and measurement systems. Most notably, we're known for our ergonomics. So we make eyepiece-less microscopes. Most well known is perhaps the Mantis or the Link Zero behind us, where they are eyepiece-free systems. So you don't need an eyepiece, and they're very comfortable and easy to use. And that ergonomic message for manufacturing has worked really well for us over the years. By having more comfortable users, they're able to be more productive, which is good for the user because they're more comfortable. They have less eye pain, less neck pain, less back pain, which are all things that are associated with microscopes typically. And we do away with a lot of that because of the ergonomic position and the eye comfort that we can deliver. So it's good for the user. It's good for the business because users have less time to see. They're more productive. They can concentrate better. In terms of sectors, we serve all sorts of manufacturing sectors, primarily electronics, precision engineering, engineering systems, medical devices. But it's essentially anybody who has something small that they need to look bigger, we can help them. And that can be all the way through from devices to go into space to cells and biological systems for stem cell research. So a very broad spectrum of applications. So projects are designed here in the UK. We have our design facility in the building at headquarters here in Surrey. And so we also have manufacturing here, but also manufacturing in the USA. We start from the very first principles. So the design team have got optical expertise, electronics, and mechanical expertise. And then in terms of production, we have our own machine shop and assembly, so we can take bits of metal, turn them into parts of microscopes. We have an anodizing facility, so we can anodize and finish those as we need to, and then we build them into the final microscope systems. The importance of having all the control over our parts means we can ensure quality and consistency of supply. A lot of our customers will buy a system maybe today, and then they'll want the same again at some point in the future. And if we can ensure that quality is the same, they can be sure the quality that they're going to produce with our system is such going to be the same. Okay, so ProteQ VISO is a digital stereo microscope. So it works like most stereo microscopes. We have two optical paths, one that represents your left eye view, one that represents your right eye view. And those optical paths are projected through the system and then essentially out to your left eye and right eye. Now, what's different about the VISO is that we digitize the images on the way through. So rather than a straight through view, the camera systems within the VISO capture and digitize that view, and it's projected from a flat screen. So it appears as though you have a flat screen, 15.6 inch, compact, quite a compact size. But as you see that and you perceive that, because the views are different, and it projects different view into your right eye and left eye using an eye tracking system, the user perceives depth within the image. So you can see 3 dimensions. And the benefit of that is, firstly, we live in a 3-dimensional world, working with 3-dimensional things, so you can understand what you're doing so much more clearly, so much more easily. That means you can work and interact with those things. So if you need to do soldering or you need to do some sort of manipulation of a part, you can do that knowing the point you're going to make contact, knowing the form and the shape that you're making with that to make sure that things are exactly as they're supposed to be. And you do away with ambiguities that you get typically with a 2-dimensional system. So you can be sure things have made contact, and you're sure that your interface is solid, and you know exactly what you're going to get. Further benefits, sorry, to add more, but actually because it's a digital system, it means that we can then go a step further. So with a normal stereo microscope, you can see the subject and maybe you can capture an image, but with the VISO, we can share that 3-dimensional image. And so you can connect users in the same time instantly around the world, so that you can draw our expertise from around the world to see the same thing at the same time in 3 dimensions, which means that you don't have to delay to ship parts for an expert to see something. have to wait for components to be sent somewhere for validation. They can see it instantly, clearly understood, and decision-making processes much faster and much easier, reducing the risk of things being lost or damaged in transit, and making processes so much faster.
So ProteQ VISO, in terms of where it's going to be really good with electronics, it's still very new, so we haven't actually delivered any to end users yet. Done lots of demonstrations, but the first, so our first application has been we've got a customer who's bought a system for use in electronics for aviation. For them, they think it's really good. They like the view, the ability to see that three-dimensional view, and to work with that is going to be something that they've fed back to say that's why they've bought the system, and they're going to kind of move forward with that. There's other demonstrations that have already been done where we know there's pipelines that are there. Precision engineering is really key. Also, electronics rework. The company they're looking at harvesting components from boards and then to be reused and sold on or reused. That's the areas that people have already been testing the systems already, and we expect to see good take up for those. A lot of the features that appear in there are directly from customer feedback, because we've talked to customers. They say, "Oh, wouldn't it be good if we had this feature or that feature?" And then it's very easy for me to walk downstairs. I talk to our design guys and say, "We need this," and they're very happy to deliver that, because it means that if the customer gets what they want, the customer's happy. It's good for their business. It's good for our business. It's a win-win scenario. AI is something that we're going to see growing and changing and affecting our products and the market, I'm sure, without doubt. But I think that user experience is really key, is to wanting to get systems more efficient, helping users do what they need to do more easily, faster, with less expense. Is kind of where we need to be. I think where we see it going is that, the ability of say what people talk about connected factories and that sort of industry 4.0, the idea of being able to share expertise and share information quickly, efficiently across countries, across continents, and that's where we see we've been seeing growth with our digital stereo microscopes. The ability to draw on expertise from anywhere in the world at any time, to save and recall that with that three-dimensional. Means that decisions are made faster, quicker, less cost, and with more assurance of being the right decision. And that connectivity is so key to where people are going. We've seen it already with customers buying into our systems and connecting them across the world, and I think that's going to expand. Actually, we're quite popular in films. Visual engineering products are featured in lots of different films and TV programs, things like Doctor Who and Star Trek. We've been in Inception, and most famously for myself, Sonic the Hedgehog. Dr. Egghead, I think it is, looks into one of our systems in his secret laboratory. But also we've had lots of stars, Matt Damon, Uma Thurman, on screen with our products, which sounds really quite exciting. But obviously they're the stars, and we're just in the background. But because our products are so different and they're iconic in their design and their styling, it means that we've got lots of film credits as well as kind of manufacturing credits.